Please take a moment to subscribe to my YouTube channel.
We always had to kind of escort the LT, where he would take his truck and another truck to go so where he can, I believe it was where the, we had to take him back to either battalion or regiment or whatever, so he could, debrief. And it's usually fairly straightforward, but one day we were kind of going down whatever route in Baghdad, right past the International Bank. And the truck that I can kind of describe, imagine a like insulated ice cream truck, Schwann's truck, those little dualies, 13-inch dualies with like the insulated doors, and they got all the different hatches around there. And that was parked in the going the wrong direction, because I think it was 2 or 3 lanes in our lane of traffic, and it was parked along this T-wall kind of concrete center divider, going the wrong way. And traffic is slow because of this guy. And all of a sudden we see guys coming out with trash bags over each shoulder. There's the first guy came out like that, second guy came out like that, and then the third guy came out with an AK slung over each shoulder and one in his hands. Well, that was contact and a small firefight. A couple more guys came out of the bank. Those guys try to run over that and jump over that T-wall and hide behind that. I think all said and done, there were 4 or 6 KIA and 8, 9, something like that, that we had taken hostage, or not hostage, but POW.
Dude.
As soon as I said it, I was like, so, as soon as we got like all the quote unquote shooters contained, we backed our 2 trucks like right up to the set of like double doors, kind of glass doors that we would see in America, into a corporate type building. And so it had 2 doors coming out to the exit, the actual exit out to the street, and then there was a breezeway with another set of doors, and like those expanding metal gates that would go in front of that, like closing stores. Oh damn! Well, that's after. I like that.
That was the picture I told you I was going to look for.
Okay, yeah. So we got inside, and kind of marble tile, maybe it was fake marble, but they had the lobby area, and there was 2 stairwells going up over both sides of like the teller desks, and then there was an atrium up on top. And so we quickly secured all that, making sure there wasn't anybody up there that was going to drop grenades or ambush us from inside the building. Quickly got that secured, and had noticed that they had chiseled a hole in through the lobby floor, and they'd found out that the vault was directly below the lobby floor. And it was probably, well, I'm a little bit bigger now. I'm quite a bit bigger now. But I could just barely fit doing this. And I had 2 guys holding both my hands and would lower me. We dropped cracked cam lights, dropped it down the hole. I took Doc's pistol, stuck it in my belt, and they lowered me down the hole, and I was able to kind of let go. And as soon as my eyes cleared it, was able to kind of start scanning and making sure I was hopefully alone in there.
See if there were any more hostages for you to take.
Yeah, more hostages, or somebody that just didn't get out in time. But as they chiseled through the floor, they broke electrical lines, they had broke water lines, and the bank, or the vault, is slowly starting to fill. Like by the time I got in there, it was somewhere between knee and thigh deep. So I mean, I'm 5'7", so probably 2.5, 2.5 feet, something like that. It was already in there. And shrink wrapped chunks of $100 bills, American $100 bills, are floating in this water. And there was like metal racks and organizing stuff that it was knocked over and all over the place. and of course there was tons and tons of Iraqi dinar, which at that point still had some value, but very little, until Saddam was officially outed. But yeah, he was on the run, so there wasn't a whole lot at that point. And yeah, so we found, I think what we recovered from outside the vault was like 3.9 million in US currency and probably 50 to 60 million in Iraqi dinar. And then 3 of the guys also had probably about a pound of hash, pound of opium on them. And took all that in. Of course, every piece of brass in the entire RCT was there to kind of double check us as we're counting it and trying to get some sort of
So you were actually one of the ones who counted it?
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you putting an official number to it, because I did a video a while back on it.
Yeah.
And somebody had told me, you know how the E4 network there works.
Oh yeah.
You know, it's like the telephone game. And somebody had told me it was something like $3 billion. I'm like, man, that's a lot of money.
Well, that's only what they had gotten out of the bank when we had that skirmish right away. That's what was in the bags that they were carrying over.
Oh, okay.
What was left in the vault, like there was still hundreds of pounds, of cash that was just floating around in there. Like we didn't do all of that, of course, because we had to worry about the electrical, the water flow, and everything like that. It was still like they didn't want us down there doing anything until that could be contained. So I was able to kind of kick over some trash and then grab one of the water pipes that was kind of hanging below the ceiling of the vault, and then stick arms up high enough where I could get other Marines to help me and kind of pull me out the same way. But yeah, it was 3.6 mil or 3.8 mil in US currency, and like I said, between 50 to 60 that they had taken out of the bank. And of course, what you showed me in your picture was the aftermath of what else they took out of the vault after more said and done. But yeah.
Had you already left by that time, or were you still in that area?
I was, because when all of the brass showed up, they're like, hey, go take a break. You've been, trying to muscle your way in and out, and probably your fight or flight response is probably kicking right now. So why don't you go sit outside and go man the 50 cal?
That's funny.
Yeah, it was I actually have a VHS of a news clip that we had gotten and it had aired locally. So of course my family wanted to get called the TV center news station and got a hard copy of it. And I had interviewed with a French reporter outside the bank, kind of like, hey, what happened? I'm like, well, we had this firefight. This is what we suspect of KIA versus taken prisoner, and kind of the money that we estimated at the time until we got a official count. And yeah, it kind of shows us going through the rubble and kind of zip tying people and all that kind of stuff. So I'll have to see if I can find that, and then if I can, I'm computer stupid, so I don't know if I can try to get a copy back on digital to be able to send you a copy of that.
Yeah, I'd like to see that.
Oh, this is the one. Baghdad bank robbery.
That is hilarious. Yeah. All I got is a couple of pictures and fading memories.